Military and police next generation technologies. Self-steering bullets. Packed with tiny sensors, a 50 caliber bullet under development can change course rapidly in mid-air, potentially giving even a mediocre shooter sniper-like accuracy, with the ability to hit moving targets with ease. Plus, while the cost of these advanced rounds is still unknown, they are sure to be cheaper than the rocket-propelled missiles whose role they could sometimes fill. DARPA, which is working on the Exacto project with military contractor Teledyne Technologies and ammunition maker Orbital ATK, is keeping mum on exactly how the bullet changes in flight path. A competing effort from the Department of Energy's Sandio Labs uses a laser to indicate the target with small fins on the bullet. Also 50 caliber, steer it into flight. Both programs are still in testing. Facial recognition software. One of the more controversial emerging police technologies involves the use of facial recognition software. A hypothetical example offered in an NBC News report illustrates the pros and cons. Picture a crowded street. Police are searching for a man believed to have committed a violent crime. To find him, they feed a photograph into a video surveillance network powered by artificial intelligence. A camera, 1 of 1,000, scans the streets, instantly analysing the faces of everyone it sees. Then an alert. The algorithms found a match with someone in the crowd. Officers rush to the scene and take him into custody. But it turns out the guy isn't the one they're looking for. He just looked a lot like him. The machines were wrong. Though advanced forms of facial recognition offer dazzling potential for crime prevention, for example, tracking wanted criminals, missing people and suspected terrorists, the report cautions that it is also raising alarms about the potential for mistakes and abuse since it could be used to secretly monitor the public. Unmanned submarine hunter. More and more countries are developing ultra-quiet submarines that can lurk undetected close to shore. That prospect worries defense officials who are looking to one of DARPA's larger projects, the Anti-Submarine Warfare Continuous Trail Unmanned Vessel, or ACTUV, also known as the Sea Hunter. Think of it as a water-based drone that can hunt submarines for months at a time without anyone having to change watches, at least aboard the vessel. Equipped with sonar, radar and other synthetic vision systems, the ACTUV will be able to move through narrow channels and shipping traffic autonomously. Biometrics. Police have been using fingerprints to identify people for over a century. Now, in addition to facial recognition and DNA, there is an ever-expanding array of biometric and behavioural characteristics being utilised by law enforcement and the intelligence community. These include voice recognition, palm prints, wrist veins, iris recognition, gait analysis, and even heartbeats. The FBI has developed a database called the Next Generation Identification (NGI) system, which provides the criminal justice community with the world's largest and most efficient electronic repository of biometric and criminal history information. With comprehensive electronic databases now in place to more effectively use DNA and other biometric data in law enforcement, even the use of fingertips to identify suspects has gone high-tech. For example, a CNBC report explains how police in London can now use a mobile INK, identity not known, biometrics device to scan a suspect's fingerprints and in many cases reveal their identity within 60 seconds. Robots. Many law enforcement agencies are now using next-generation robotic cameras to deliver visual and audio surveillance of potential crime scenes that may be too dangerous or too hard for officers to reach. Some of these devices are even throwable, up to 120 feet and capable of withstanding repeated 30-foot drops. Powered by an electric motor and equipped with high-tech wheels that enable it to move, climb and explore even the more challenging spaces while being operated wirelessly by a trained officer. Automaker Ford has filed a patent for a self-driving police car equipped with artificial intelligence and designed to catch violators of traffic laws or impaired drivers by transmitting information to human officers or carrying an optional passenger officer who could make arrests. Shot spotter. Shots fired is not an uncommon dispatch from witnesses of officers on patrol, but pinpointing the exact location of the gunfire takes up precious time when every moment counts. Today, more and more cities are implementing shot spotter technology that uses sensors to detect gunfire and analysts to track the data and instantly relay it to police, enabling them to arrive on the scene more quickly than ever before. Named for the leading provider of this technology, California-based ShotSpotter, the service can cost $40,000 to $60,000 per square mile per year for cities to cover high crime areas. The company claims it can detect over 90% of gunfire incidents with a precise location in less than 60 minutes to significantly improve response times. A dramatic example of ShotSpotter in action took place in 2017 in Fresno, California, where police used it to apprehend a criminal on a killing spree. The technology enabled police to trace the killer's movements and apprehend him in 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Artificial intelligence. The ongoing expansion of the Internet of Things means more data is being generated, collected and analysed than ever before, much of which can be incredibly valuable in a law enforcement context. But the process of deriving actionable insights from immense amounts of data is so incredibly time consuming that it is not remotely cost effective when performed by humans. That's where artificial intelligence comes in. AI is used to support many other police technologies, including some of those mentioned above: the ShotSpotter, facial recognition and biometrics. It can also be used for crime mapping, crunching data that can be used to far more effectively pinpoint high crime areas so police can monitor them more closely and deploy additional resources. Artificial intelligence is also being used for predictive policing. Utilizing so-called deep learning algorithms, programmers can train computers to analyze data from a vast array of sources and categories to actually predict when and where crimes are likely to occur, increasing the likelihood that officers will be in the right place at the right time. Enhanced body-worn cameras. Video of police officers doing their jobs in challenging situations used to be rare. Today it's ubiquitous, as seen in a number of high-profile incidents that have drawn intense public and media scrutiny. As more cities and communities choose to equip police departments with body-worn cameras, the ability of law enforcement supervisors as well as the public to gain a street-level view of an on-duty police work has expanded dramatically, setting in motion an ongoing debate about the importance and the impact of this technology. In addition to being smaller, less cumbersome and more durable, some body-worn cameras are designed to better integrate with in-car systems to provide synchronized video of an event from multiple points of view. Other advancements include higher resolution, clearer audio, and wider fields of vision and heightened resistance to environmental conditions such as extreme cold. Related technology now includes smart holsters that are designed to activate the body-worn camera anytime the officer draws his or her firearm. At least one manufacturer of body-worn police technology makes a camera capable of issuing an alert when an officer is down. On the horizon, body-worn police cameras equipped with facial recognition capabilities. Drones. Also called unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, drones are increasingly being used by police to gain aerial vantage points for crime scene work, search and rescue efforts, accident reconstruction, crowd monitoring and more. Some of the more sophisticated models can be equipped with thermal imaging or 3D mapping software to offer GPS enhanced precision to the areas being surveyed. Many police drones and UAVs are also equipped with zoom cameras, making them incredibly valuable for delivering actionable and real-time intel in risk, armed and dangerous situations. As with many other forms of advanced police technology, these law enforcement eyes in the sky are being closely watched by civil liberties advocates. At the same time, the law enforcement community is actively engaged in putting in place policies and procedures intended to minimize the potential of violation of constitutional privacy rights. Addressing this issue in a CNN report on police drone systems in New York City, Chief Terrence Monahan asserted that NYPD drones will not be used for warrantless surveillance. NYPD drones will be used to save lives and enhance our response in emergency situations.